All right, Molly and corporate. This is Matt with Cooler Garage Doors. I wanted to give a quick video on this Washbay door. I'm going to follow up with some details, but sometimes it's easier to point and talk versus a still photo. So one of the things, Molly, I talked to you about was cables. You can see right in here where there's a cable frayed, and it's got a couple spots on it. There's another frayed area. When this spring broke, a lot of tension was released. So on this side, that cable up on there is also kinked in various places, just compromising the integrity. I'd like to propose that we replace both cables. I'm going to spec out two different springs, more of this size to get you a high cycle. What that means is right now this little spring has about 4,678 cycles as far as a cycle life, and you're telling me you're doing about 30 a day. So multiply that out. On a residential, we're speccing for 10,000 cycles. That is standard for about 10 years. But in a commercial, we need to bump that up to maybe 30,000 cycles. So I'm going to have a high cycle spring specced out that should last for a long time. And we'll do a little bit of math on that too. I'm going to send you a photo on the end here. Can't see it through this video, but basically there's a metal wheel that's called the drum. On the outside of that is a bearing. And what I found on this was this bearing is a little bit seized up. It moves today, but having it seized, it's just starting to grind away at this bar that's running across. So there's some metal shavings up there. I'm going to say that we replace the bearings. There's 4 of them total while we have this whole system and unit down. The last thing I just noticed while I was running this was one bearing in here. You can see how absolute wobbly that is. And some of these are good. Some of these are wobbly, like this one. So we want to replace certainly the wobbly ones. I don't know if you want me to deal with that. That's not a major issue. The rollers are. So if we did, let's say we replace half the rollers, I think the others can remain. We replace the bearings, the springs, the cables. The last thing I'm going to suggest is replacing the clutch on that machine, just because the smoke is that wearing down and burning. So when it's trying to lift a door that doesn't have its counterbalance, it's just going to spin. Right now it's working fine. I'm just looking for the long term so that you call us for maintenance only and not emergency repairs that shut down your operations. So that clutch is currently holding the door. The door is balanced. You're back in business. I'll be in touch with a full proposal and a timeline of when I can get new springs in, and we'll go from there. Again, appreciate it. I'm glad I could get you today, and you're back in business. Thanks, Molly. That high squeak is a bearing, a couple bearings going, the rollers. Just metal on metal grinding.